the defensive intensity, it kind of seemed like it began there in the second quarter with the concerted efforts to play a little more physically. Is it fair to say that? And just what were you seeing, I guess, from everybody defensively out there tonight, Stephanie?
I don't know if it was a little more physical. I think we were just a little bit more disruptive. We were in passing lanes. We didn't allow them to just pass the ball one pass away. We made their movement a little bit more difficult because of our positioning. Our point of attack on ball screen defense was better. I would prefer to say our intensity was a little bit better. Our attention to detail was a little bit better. It's what we're capable of doing, and for us, we did it consistently for 3 quarters, and that's what it's going to take for us.
Next question, front row right.
Yeah, Natasha, you obviously are a former Defensive Player of the Year in this league. Can you just talk about your effort tonight? Obviously, you were guarding Collier quite a lot, but you also were able to get your offense going. I wonder if you could just talk about both those aspects of your game tonight.
I know I had a handful with Collier. She's a great player. But my thing was just limit her to hard shots, and that's what I did tonight. I made it uncomfortable for her. But at the end of the day, she was going to still get her buckets. But I couldn't do it by myself. I had my teammates behind me helping me out as well. And for offense, I just read what the defender was giving me, and my teammate was finding me at the right spot at the right time.
Next question, front row right.
Kelsey, coming into this, you talked about so much, hey, you got to have the right approach. Don't trick this off. Like, have the focus. Take me inside that mindset of you guys coming into this game and how tonight was just a collective effort that got it done.
I describe this entire experience as a gut check experience, and I mean that intentionally. I mean physically, mentally, psychologically. It was a gut check moment today, and I think for us, it was about making sure we won those moments that mattered. And I thought down the stretch of the game, we did an unbelievable job of just staying together, weathering the storm, and kind of utilizing what we needed to based on our schemes and our personnel from practice. And I thought down the stretch of the game specifically, we bought in. All five of us, whoever was on the floor, bought in, and I think you guys got to see that.
Second row center.
Yeah, right here. Just for Steph, two for you. One, just what do you feel like you learned about your team tonight, if anything? And two, just what was it like for you personally? I know it's not a WNBA championship, but to celebrate a championship nonetheless on Target Center on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, we have a resilient group. They're tough mentally, physically. They pull for one another. I don't know if it's something that I learned that I didn't already know. It's just I'm proud for them that they can see it come to fruition. Being able to handle the ebbs and flows of the game, being able to give to one another regardless of struggles. I mean, we had some players that were struggling. We had some moments where we struggled, but we still gave to one another. And that's a growth area for our team. I felt like our execution through 3 quarters on both ends of the floor was really good against an outstanding team. I mean, I'm just really proud of this group. We're going to continue to get better. We're going to continue to stack days. It's nice to take a trophy home, but this isn't the ultimate goal. It's a goal, and we've got to continue to get better.
Front row right. Front row. Front row. Go ahead.
Steph, I wonder if you could just talk about how important your guard play was, especially in that first quarter when it was a little tougher for Tosh and Aaliyah to get going. I think virtually all your points were for Kelsey and Ari, and just how important that was until you guys were able to establish a post game.
It was important. It was important for us to settle down too. I think they scored, maybe close to double digits off of our turnovers early in that first quarter. But I thought our guards really did a good job of settling us down, of creating opportunities for themselves and for one another. Minnesota's a great defensive team. They make everything difficult. We settled down a little bit and started making the easy play instead of trying to make home run plays. I felt like we let our offense work. If we didn't have it in the first action, we got to the second, we got to the third. We did a better job of handling their pressure. And we had multiple people who were the point of attack right there. It was Ari sometimes, it was Sid, it was Kels, at times AB, times Tosh bringing it down the floor. And our decision making through most of those moments was really good.
Scott on the right.
For both players, obviously the money is a factor that you guys have all talked about. How will you be celebrating, or have you thought about what you do with that, or just put it in the bank?
For me,
I haven't even thought about that. Damn, man, that's a good question.
I'm gonna put mine in the bank and also invest my money.
To be determined. I'll let you know.
Next question, center right.
Stephanie, real quickly, what are you gonna do with your share?
I get money?
I think so. Do you?
I don't know. Well, I got 4 kids, so college fund.
For Kelsey and Coach, then Natasha, if you want to speak to too, what did you see from Natasha tonight that allowed her to have the success she had? And then Natasha, I'll have you talk about yourself as well.
Oh man, I think, oh my God. I tell Tasha's a pro that flies under the radar in this league, and not a lot of people respect what she does to bring to the table. She's won on every level, overseas, WNBA, and I think that we have to give her flowers a little bit more. I also think that down the stretch, I thought we did whatever we needed to do to make the play, and down the stretch, that was for Tosh. Be what we need to be for each other, and I think it was her role, it was her game to make sure that we got what she needed. And that's what you guys saw. And we want to keep doing that throughout the course of it for 40 minutes.
In the last row left, Emma, my apology. I missed you, Emma.
Steph, with Ari getting the start again and shooting well again, just as she's settled in, what does it mean to have her as an option and her speed in particular?
It's huge. I mean, it takes some pressure off of Kels because Aries has the ability to get downhill as well. And when you have those two on the floor together, playmakers make plays for themselves, make plays for others, and she sets the tone on the defensive end of the floor. You see, she pushes pace, pushes tempo differently than anybody else that we have, but she also sets the tone differently on the defensive end of the floor, and that is just as valuable, if not more valuable, for us as we grow in our defensive identity.
Cassandra, raise your hand if you would for the gentleman. Next questions, second row center.
Kelsey, you were asked about the collective effort, and Steph had talked about resiliency as she has for a while. What kind of characteristics of this roster have you seen that have allowed you guys to do that, especially on a night like tonight where it's a gut check?
I think we got a team full of givers. I think you just have to want to give. I think me personally, I think any competitor wants to shoot well, and it didn't. And I think for me, it's an example of having to do and get what you need for somebody else. And I think that's what our team is about. We gut check all the time, and we're resilient. And even when things get tough, like I've never been around a group that kind of literally stay together. And so it felt good to kind of get a win under gut checking circumstances. And overall, I just felt like you can kind of use our team as an example of resiliency because we've had so many ups and downs, so many different things that's happened throughout the course of the season up to Commissioner Cup. We haven't even got through a portion of the season, honestly. So to have so much going on and still stay consistently for each other, I mean, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It felt really amazing.
Next row, all the way to the left, second row. Next question.
Natasha.
Go ahead.
Okay. You started your career in Indiana, then you came to Minnesota. Now you're back in Indiana playing a game like this against Minnesota. Does it just feel like old home week?
Yeah, it does. It does. It kind of brings back memories when I played here, but I'm on a different team, so it's a different story now. So, but it just feels good, to win a Commissioner Cup with a group of ladies like this that's selfless, that give all in practice every single day, and you seen it tonight on the court. So I'm really proud of how we played tonight.
Row one to your right.
I guess, Steph, and if Natasha and Kelsey, if you have anything, obviously you'd love to have Caitlin back, but does it mean something to win this championship with the group that you have when she's not able to play to you, in terms of what that does in terms of everybody's confidence level, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think you've seen this group grow. Caitlin's a player who has a high usage rate, has the ball in her hands a lot, and learning to play without her, learning to make big plays in tough moments on both ends of the floor is important, because that's going to pay dividends down the stretch of the season for us. Like Kelsey said, it's not going to be your day every day. And when it's not, you got to have the confidence in yourself and the confidence in your teammates to allow someone else to step up in those moments. And I think that this group is learning that. They're learning how to play together. They're learning how to make plays for one another. Caitlin's somebody who's oftentimes make plays for them. And they're learning how to do that for one another. And I think that there's no substitute for going through that experience. And I think it's going to pay dividends for us down the road.
Next question, third row center.
Coach, not many teams have been able to kind of slow Napheesa Collier down to the extent you guys did. I mean, 5 turnovers, she didn't shoot over 50%. Just what did you guys kind of figure out schematically to really slow her down and make things so difficult for her?
Well, I think first and foremost, Tosh was a defensive player of the year in our league. She's got length, she's got athleticism, she's fast twitch. So her ability to recover, I think, and contest and contain, she stayed incredibly disciplined and made Fee take tough shots. I felt like our off-ball defense, with the exception of the first quarter, was really good. We showed multiple bodies. We didn't commit one way or another because she's a really good facilitator. We recovered back to shooters, so we were able to keep them off balance by being disruptive. And so it really was Tosh outstanding one-on-one defense and then a collective team effort and to finish plays and to defensive rebound.
All right, real quickly, I just want to thank everybody for participating. And to everybody in the room, I just want to take a second on behalf of the Fever, the Lynx, and the WNBA. And I want to recognize Kent Youngblood here in the first row, who has covered this league for a long time and is retiring. And this will be his last game. So everybody, thank you, Kent.
Retirement.
Happy retirement.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Here we go.